So, Felicia, tell us a little bit about your journey into music. And there was a story I read. So, you want to tell us a little bit about the Humpback story, if you're okay with that?
Humpback story, sure. That's always a favorite. Yeah, it's the miracle of how.
Yeah, we're good. Awesome.
Hi, now we're on. The humpback whale story. Well, I was living in the Hawaiian Islands, and I'd taken a swim into a dream, into a metaphysical experience, and I was lifted into the deep indigo cobalt blue waters with a humpback. And this humpback spoke to me, looked right in my eye, and said, "We want you to sing."
Wow.
It was a mystical experience. It was beautiful, but I had to say I don't sing, nor do I play an instrument, so maybe you have me confused with somebody. And at that point, the whale started sounding me with this intense, incredible sonar, and again went right up to my eye. There were 3 whales, but the one came right up and looked in my eye and said, "No, we're going to give you a voice, and you will
Wow.
sing the song of love and help raise the vibration of light on the planet. Thank you very much." I said, "You're welcome.
Wow.
I'll do my best."
Well,
And it just
you-
happened like that.
You
the-
definitely sound angelic and definitely celestial. So, thank you for that performance.
Thank you.
Tell us about your last album that just came out.
Well, it's When You're Called, and that song is on it. I've already released a music video of it, and that song, well, this album a little bit varies. My last 2 albums had much more Sanskrit chanting and mantra, kirtan music woven with English, and this one, I went back to my singer-songwriter roots. My music is all steeped in mantra because I meditate on a daily basis, and my mantra is silent and supposed to be going on while I'm speaking and singing, and sometimes I actually manage that. But at this point, the album, I felt like I needed to speak about those of us who are on a practice. We have a yoga practice, we have a meditation practice, we're studying mindfulness, we're vegan or we're organic, whatever we are. Well, what are we doing with that when it really happens? Like, how are we applying all the teachings? So this song I was already well into the album when this birthed because it happened during the pandemic, and I was watching people that love each other all over the country and all over the world hating each other and judging each other and
Right.
discriminating. And I was watching families and relationships get ripped apart, as we all were. And I broke out in shingles from the stress, and one night in the middle of the night, the song came to me, and the message was, right, nobody's ever going to get along. It's planet Earth. It's always been this way. We're not there yet. But can we agree to not agree to disagree? Can we agree to love?
Yes.
How can we agree to walk in integrity and respect each other, respect each other's decisions and choices, and not judge? Even if it scares you, the love is stronger than the fear always. So
Right.
this album speaks of integrity, faith, respect, embracing, accepting, and most of all, how well did you love?
I love that you brought that up because we all go through that moment of taking things personal. So one of my favorite books is The 4 Agreements, and I have to reread it every now and then to remind myself, take nothing personal, make no assumptions, be the best you could be every day, and be impeccable with your words. And I try to practice that as much as I can. So there are moments where when we take things personal, we're just thinking it's against us, and it really has nothing to do with us. It has to do with whatever that person is going through. And when we can separate and detach from other people's opinions and whatever they think and want, and just be in peace with ourselves, that's really where the healing comes and where actual real connection comes together, right?
Yes. Exactly.
Unfortunately, we speak a lot from our wounds, don't we? And in recognizing that, programming ourselves, working on ourselves to not speak from our wounds, and sometimes recognizing that when somebody's being unpleasant, what we deem to be unpleasant, it's actually coming from a place where they're not very happy. And by sharing our joy, we then help people to find their joy.
And I always say, people don't do anything to us. It's what we allow people to do to us. And there are moments where I feel like, how can they do that? And I thought, oh, of course, I allowed that. Therefore, I'm taking full responsibility. So I too have to show up and be that authentic person and say my truth and say who I am and how I expect to be treated. And if we all practice that, it would make a big difference. Do you agree?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I think
So, okay, so that was great, Felicia. We're going to see you again. One more song, right? You're going to put on one more song for us, and we're going to go off to a commercial at this very moment, and we will be right back.